My 25F family disowned me when they found out I was pregnant, but now my sister, 27F, has reached out to me after finding out I recently got engaged. My family are very religious, so when they found out I was pregnant during my final year of college, they disowned me and haven't spoken to me since. I was lucky I had my boyfriend and his family because they helped make sure I could finish studying and were the best emotional support I could ask for after I had a miscarriage. My boyfriend proposed to me a week ago. Yesterday, my sister reached out to me on Facebook. She said she wanted to congratulate me on my engagement and couldn't believe me and my fiancé are still together. She asked me how my baby was and if it was a boy or girl. She also asked me to send her pictures because she wanted to see what her niece/nephew looked like. She said our parents missed me and wanted to meet up to clear the air. She also apologized for telling them I was pregnant when I had told her in confidence. I haven't replied and I really don't know what to say. I've been a mess since I read her messages. I could really use some advice right now on what to do next. Too long didn't read. My family disowned me after my sister told them I was pregnant. I recently got engaged and my sister reached out to apologize and asked to meet up to reconcile. Do you want them in your life? They used religion as an excuse to not support at a time you needed your family the most. And why does your sister know you're engaged but not that you miscarried? She's obviously keeping track of you somehow through either social media or a friend. I would do a little social media research before I contacted them. What's happened since you were kicked out? Can you reach out to anyone who will give you some information on what's going on with the dynamics of your parents and sister? How were your parents before? Were they loving and supportive or controlling and smothering? This time away from your family, has it been a wonderful, growing time, or have you missed them? You've had a unique opportunity in that your family disowned you and you got your freedom. And you got a wonderful supportive family and a fiancé in exchange. Part of me says fuck that, but it really is up to you. If you decide to have them re-enter your life, you need firm boundaries. You need them to completely apologize to you. You need them to understand how badly they hurt you. Is your life better or worse with your family out of it? Personally, people who could abandon you when you need help the most aren't really your family, especially if they do it in the name of religion. I might acknowledge your sister's message. I am doing well and am extremely fortunate in my choice of family. I am surrounded by people who truly love me. I think it's best where we left it. I'm in a much better place now and I prefer not to be vulnerable to people who could so easily betray me and cast me aside. Please respect my decision and don't contact me again. I am incredibly petty, and honestly, these people don't deserve to share your happiness. She said she wanted to congratulate me on my engagement and couldn't believe me and my fiancé are still together. Nice. She started off with an insult. She said our parents missed me and wanted to meet up to clear the air, but not apologize. More likely, they'd graciously allow you to apologize to them. I think there's a high probability here that they don't know you miscarried, so their minds, if you're married, it's all good. They could consider your child a real grandchild. If they learned about the miscarriage, they might think it was punishment from their God for your sins or some claptrap. At any rate, I don't actually see them apologizing. They had how long to reach out to you and talk to you on their own, but they chose not to. Personally, I wouldn't see them. I'd write your sister a polite note acknowledging receipt of her message. Thank you for the congratulations. Feel very fortunate to be surrounded by loved ones. Tell her consider the air cleared and for your parents not to worry, you've let go. Then sign off. But I'm bitter and would want to be deliberately obtuse and purposefully misunderstand. The important thing is, you don't owe them forgiveness or closure. You are not responsible for making them feel better about how they treated you. You are only responsible for your own healing and moving past their toxicity. Clear the air doesn't sound like apologize, does it? I can't advise you because although my instinct is to say screw that, I also know that even horrible families can provide as much joy in your life as they provide pain. If you do choose contact, I would recommend not being vulnerable to them again. Clear the air to me sounds like I'm sorry you feel this way and similar crap fake apologies. My crush rested her head, fell asleep, on my shoulder while holding my hand. Exclamation mark update. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark update. Exclamation mark. Dash. There is this girl that I like and she likes me too. Yesterday we held hands and she fell asleep on my shoulder at the end of the night. After, when we were outside, she came in close to me and rested her head on my chest. How should I proceed now? Next day. Thanks in advance, all advice is appreciated. Good luck, Hop. This is cute. She feels comfortable with you and that's a great first step. Ask her out on a date. Or, this makes me happy. Ask her out, man. Your heart might beat 1,000 beats a second and you might jumble your words, or everything will go smoothly. But if she's going to say yes, and I have my bets she will, she'll say yes even if you jumble your words, as long as you get it out of your mouth that you're asking her on a date. Lol. Damn, man, I can tell you are young. What I would give to have moments like this again. Enjoy these little things, they will mean the world when you're older. Oh man, I will am living way more in the moment than I ever was. Ask her out, everything is set, just do it. Last week I said I would go out with her and she said she would too, but wants to make more time for me / get to know me better, see how things develop. My 25F coworker, 40 M, told people that he was my son's 9mo father. I'm one of only 3 women at my job, and the only one under the age of 35, and I get a lot of unwanted attention from a man who I think is about the age of my own father. He has been reported to HR for his behavior towards me and other employees many times, and after this event unfolded, he has been suspended. HR is doing an investigation which is basically just asking me a ton of questions about how he's been treating me since I started working there, and I really hope this is the straw that gets him fired. In March, I lost my job. Couldn't apply for unemployment. I was out of work for 3 months and then got a job with a new company in June. Coworker I'll call Steve was already an employee when I started working there. He helped me with some training, and already other co-workers were telling me to be wary of him. He's not a sexual creep, but he seems to think we're best friends and asks way too many personal questions, as well as teasing me about my age / gender / ethnicity and just being a classic R most of the time. I'm sure everyone has worked with someone like this. My son's father is a guy I've known since high school. We are not and have never been in an actual relationship. He has full custody, and he's allowed to decide when I get to see our baby. Right now he has no issue with letting me take baby when I ask, so I've gotten into a routine of picking him up on my days off work. I am doing my best to be a parent, but I am so scared one day I'll mess up and his father decides I can't see him anymore. I have not told his father about this situation yet for that reason. So, here's what happened. Monday, yesterday, I had the day off and decided to take baby grocery shopping at the store where I work, which I have never done before. I introduce him to my co-workers as my son. Obviously this is the first time they've ever met him. I guess I don't talk about him enough because I don't interact with him very often. This morning, first thing as I clock in, a co-worker tells me that Steve told her that he's my son's father. I did not get it. Apparently he told everyone in our department that the baby I brought into work last week was mine and his, and my co-worker told me because she thought it was fishy. I think she misheard and asked another co-worker, who confirms he heard it too, but didn't believe it either, and then to my supervisor. Honestly, have never been more angry and upset in my life. Supervisor calls HR, who gets the story from me and the co-worker who told me, and then half an hour later I'm told that Steve has been suspended and they'll have a meeting with the department about inappropriate gossip. I feel like I messed up hugely even though it's not my fault. I know this is something I should tell my son's father because it's a huge deal and I worry about baby's safety. I don't want it to come up later or for his father to put restrictions if he finds out on his own. I also just don't feel comfortable taking out baby in public anymore. I have absolutely no idea what to do. Should I tell his dad now, or wait until this blows over, or just pretend it never happened? Report. There was a dude at my own work who seemed sane until he started stalking me. Me mid-20s, him mid-40s. I tried more and more to keep him just at an arm's length because he was nice and the rumors going round that he was actually the father of my baby were so insane that nobody would believe it. Right? Question mark. No, my baby was stillborn, and when I gently but firmly told him to actually fuck right off so my boyfriend and I could grieve, he lost his fucking mind. resigned. Told work he needed time off because of my baby. And that's all the proof my co-workers and managers needed to conclude that he was the father, which destroyed my professional reputation. Destroyed every friendship at work I had too, because his grief was so genuine. Report this fucking asshole, before he destroys you. Tell the dad. Make it clear that this at work thought this inappropriate nonsense would be a great joke and that you are pursuing proper redress through HR. Don't let him find out from someone else. Offer to show him the HR paperwork if he wants to confirm what happened. You did right by reporting it. Also write down any other inappropriate behavior you remember from this. You didn't get him in trouble. He got himself in trouble. None of this is your fault. You have the right to work in a safe environment free from this type of behavior. Death says you probably need some relaxing kitty petting. I think you could tell him and start the story with, "There's a person at work who has been harassing me and other women." He will probably want to know what, if any, access Steve has to your personal information, etc. It's not your fault at all. Dude has got a serious problem. You started at this place 5 months ago and had never met the guy prior. That's the quickest pregnancy ever. It's good that your co-workers are smart enough to realize the math doesn't add up and supported you reporting it. Tell the father so he can be aware of any potential issues and keep an eye out for Steve. Oh, that's fucking gross. Do not let this shit go. I've worked with creepy assholes before. The first time it happened, I tried to blow it off and let it slide, and it ended up escalating a lot and nothing being done to the guy. More recently, I had a different creepy coworker say increasingly gross things to me, and I meticulously documented everything and reported it with a casual. My friend who is an employment lawyer told me to make sure to mention \______ or something like that as a subtle way of saying, if you don't handle this inside the company, I'll handle it outside the company. Because HR exists to protect the company, not you. Be very careful. Tell your son's father, absolutely, but carefully make sure he knows what's up in case he gets any weird questions, but also make sure he doesn't get involved and make things worse. He shouldn't contact anybody at your work, including creepy asshole, but he should be ready in case anybody contacts him first.